A very common question that I get when patients first come into my office is if it's okay if they crack their own neck, or sometimes that question will also come about as, why do I need to go to a chiropractor? I can crack my neck on my own. That is a very bad thing to do, and there's several reasons why. The benefit of an adjustment has nothing to do with the noise. When we actually make an adjustment to the body as a chiropractor, we're putting the bones back into proper alignment. And the body can return to its proper alignment with no noise happening at all, or there might be noise. It really doesn't matter. But again, the benefit of the adjustment is that the body is now properly aligned. It can move easily. The muscles are nice and loose. They're not spasming. The nerves aren't being pinched on. And what makes the popping or cracking noise is there's actually a space filled with fluid between all joints. And that fluid helps the joint move smoothly and easily. Now, dissolved inside that fluid, there's a little bit of gas. And if you take your finger and you separate it, you can separate it enough to where there's enough space for the gas and the liquid to momentarily separate. Now, when that gas and the liquid separates, there's a popping or cracking noise. It's similar to when you open up a can of pop and the carbonation escapes. There's a popping and cracking noise. So in our joints, the gas doesn't escape from the joint, but within the joint, the liquid and the gas stay separate, and then about 20 or 30 minutes later, they sort of diffuse back into each other, and then you can make the cracking noise happen again. So the cracking is just a phenomenon that happens when the gas and the liquid are allowed to separate. It does not indicate the adjustment. A lot of times people will think that they're making an adjustment or they're doing good because when they crack their neck or their back, they hear the noise. Also, you're stimulating nerves when you do that cracking, when the joints separate. And when you stimulate nerves, you can get momentary relief. And a lot of times that's what gets people into the habit of popping or cracking their neck or their back, is they have tightness or stiffness or pain. Now, also when you pop or crack those joints, you tend to crack the same ones over and over and over. And what that does is it stretches out the ligaments. Now, after you stretch out the ligaments, what your body does is it kind of tries to accommodate to that. So the muscles in the area will spasm. Because the ligaments are looser, the bones lose their alignment easier because there's nothing to hold them in place. So most people who get in the habit of popping or cracking their neck or their back, it'll work for a short period of time, like a month or maybe a couple weeks, and then you'll have to do it more often. Like people will get into the habit of then doing it once a week, and then once a day, and then a couple times a day. And they have to do it more often and more often, and the reason is they're creating more damage. You're stretching out the ligaments and the joints and making it more unstable. You're actually creating more of a problem, and the spine will actually break down a lot faster because of it.